ask that you please exit the stadium in an orderly fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome the class of 2021. Remain standing during pomp and circumstance, and afterwards for our national anthem presented by the Anderson County Band under the direction of Dr. John Lemoyer. Thank you.
Please retire the colors. Please bow your heads in prayer with me. Dear God, we come here humbled at your feet to praise you that we have completed this chapter of our life. I pray that you would open our eyes to what you are orchestrating in each and every one of our lives so that we may walk in the path that you have planned for us. As we enter into this next step in our lives, I pray that you would be with each graduate here and that you will take your love as our validation, our joy, and make it our very core, so that we may truly be a light set upon a hill, never to be extinguished. Amen. Please be seated. Good afternoon, friends, family, parents, Chairman of the Board, Dr. John Burrell, Dr. Tim Parrott, principals, faculty, and distinguished guests. On behalf of Anderson County High School of 2021, I welcome you to the commencement ceremony. We thank you for your support over the years as we have prepared for this significant event in our lives. I would like to recognize our principals, Mr. Downs, Mr. Terry, Mr. Freeman, Mr. Chambers, and Ms. Irwin, as they have led us faithfully through the past 4 years. I would also like to thank our Director of Schools, Dr. Parrott, who is seated behind me, and our school board members and central office staff seated to my right, for keeping us in school this year. Your dedication has not gone unnoticed. Seated in front of me and to my left, I offer admonition to our ACHS teachers and guidance staff who have faced obstacles in a year such as this that they never could have imagined. We thank you for showing up daily. Behind the AC faculty are our former teachers and principals who walked beside us as we began our educational journey. We cherish your investment in our lives as we grew up. Finally, I would like to thank the thousands of parents, family members, and friends who are here tonight who celebrated with us and helped us see the journey through to the end. And now, as we embark on a new beginning, the class of 2021 remembers and thanks all of you.
Last week, we held an awards ceremony to honor our graduates for their scholarships, awards, and achievements. A full list of these can be found in your program. At this time, I would like to take a moment to highlight some of these achievements. Students wearing blue and white cords are graduating with distinction as outlined by the state of Tennessee. These students have earned a 3.0 grade point average in at least one of the following: taken 12 hours of dual enrollment courses, earned a 31 or higher on their ACT, attended a governor's school, received a 3 or higher on at least 2 AP exams, participated in the Tennessee's All-State Music Program, been selected as a National Merit Finalist or semifinalist, received a nationally recognized industry certification. Students, please stand if you are graduating with distinction. You may be seated. Students wearing gold cords are graduating with honors as outlined by the state of Tennessee. These students have met college readiness benchmarks in all 4 subject areas on the ACT. These are a score of 18 in English, a score of 22 in math, a score of 22 in reading, and a score of 23 in science. Students, please stand if you are graduating with honors. You may be seated. Additionally, a large number of students earned scholarships this year, including institutional scholarships, local scholarships, national scholarships, Hope Lottery, and Tennessee Promise. Students, please stand if you have received a scholarship to attend a college or technical school in the fall. The total value of scholarships earned by the class of 2021 is nearly $8 million. Please congratulate these students once again on their accomplishment. You may now be seated. At this time, I would like to now introduce Anderson County's Director of Schools, Dr. Tim Parrott.
Thank you. What a great day it is that we can all gather together with no restrictions. You know, that wouldn't seem a big deal, but it is this year. You know, we are honoring the graduating class of 2021 this year, and I know it's been a crazy year with COVID and all the restrictions and everything like that, but I want to tell you, graduates, the best is yet to come. I think that Anderson County's vision is that when you graduate, you should have the skills and knowledge and be equipped to do anything you want to in life. And I hope that as you successfully embark on this chosen path, graduates and parents, that we have exceeded that goal today. You know, it takes a lot of different programs in the school system to meet the needs of every student every day. I know, graduates, you've heard that time and time again, every student every day. But as you know, Anderson County Schools is about every student every day. And today I get to honor one of those programs. The Middle College program started 6 years ago, and it allows students to take both high school and college courses at the same time starting their junior year. At the completion of the program, these students were able to earn a college degree, a college associate's degree, that can be transferred to a four-year university. This special group of students actually graduated from Rome State Community College on May 8th, more than 2 weeks ago. Will the middle college students please stand and be recognized? Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Parents and staff, thank you for the job you did this year through COVID and through everything. Thank you, parents, for trusting us with your children. We hope we've not let you down. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Today, we would like you to join us as we recognize the class of 2021 graduates who will be continuing their journey in service to our country as part of the United States Armed Forces, either in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, or Marine Corps. Seniors who have committed to the military, please stand and be recognized.
I would like to introduce the class of 2021 Anderson County High School Salutatorian, Miss Alexandria Perry. Allie plans on attending Tennessee Tech University in the fall with a major in international business. Allie, will you please come to the stage?
Thank you for that introduction, Mr. Downs. Graduates, family members, friends, and staff, it is an honor to represent and to speak to the class of 2021 today. It is such a pleasure to be a part of the swirl of emotions in the stadium right now, bittersweet nostalgia of days past and excitement for our future. We are all closing this chapter of our life story. Parents, I'm sure you're sitting here wondering where the time has gone. Just the other day seemed like our first day of kindergarten. 13 years ago, we started this journey, so I guess you all are right. You really are getting old. Our experience has been full of dreading the Fitness Gram Pacer test, selling Oda Spunkmeyer cookie dough to collect more rubber ducks than your friends, and wondering why there was never a pool on the roof of any of our schools. I remember the first day of my freshman year. We were wide-eyed and innocent, our first year in the bullpen, and we were the lowest on the totem pole. The only thing getting us through those rough times were the fights in the cafeteria at 7 a.m. Just two guys fighting over who got the last chicken biscuit, limbs just spilling out of the cafeteria doors and onto the pavement outside. Just as fast as Mr. Fyok broke up these fights, we became seniors. It's so good to see him pass the torch to Mr. O this year. Now here we are today, our last day as seniors and our first day as adults. Each and every one of us is going on to do something different and just as important and as impressive as the next. Whether it be college, tech school, military, or straight to work, we should all be proud of the accomplishment we have made together, graduating from ACHS as Maps for Life. There are many people who have had a hand in my success that I would like to thank. The faculty and staff at ACHS wish the very best for their students, and I would like to thank all of my teachers throughout my 4 years for supporting me and motivating me to achieve in high school. I would especially like to thank Mr. Harrington for always being there for me and cheering me on since freshman year, Mr. Wallace for pushing me to join the cross-country team and teaching me how to deal with real stress in AP World History. I'm sorry I wrote "I hate this class" on your desk. I didn't mean it. And Mr. Bolton for hosting the most obscure but interesting parties, especially the toga and beatnik ones, and for using the word notion more than anyone I've ever known. Thank you to Ms. Squat for always believing in me and answering any question I may have. And Chief Davis, I'm finally wise to your jump scares in the hallway. You're never going to get me again. Thank you to Mr. Hall for being so dramatic and crazy, just like my dad. Because of you, I've never felt far from home. Miss Perry was also one of my favorite teachers. It was always a pleasure when she said something shocking or crazy in class, and everyone would just turn and stare at me. I'm looking at you, Paul. That was you. Yes, that's my mom. The administrators, especially Mr. Chambers and Mr. Downs, have kept me on track in more ways than one and made it fun to be a maverick. ACHS's support staff, especially Dale, Jeff, and Cynthia, have always been there to put a smile on my face and lift up my day. I would also like to thank ACEA, Y12FCU, and the Norris Women's Club for awarding me a scholarship and investing in my future education. But perhaps the most important thank you I would like to make today goes out to my friends and family. Thank you to all my extended family who are here today. It means a lot that you all have come to support me. Aunt OC, Uncle Case, Aunt Faith, Ella, Maddie P., and the rest. I love you guys very much. Thank you to my friends who have always been a shoulder to cry on and a great escape from the stressful world of high school. Most importantly, I would like to thank my mom, dad, and my sister. To say that my high school years were improved because of you three would be an understatement. I'm truly grateful for the countless time, money, and care you have put in to not only better me as a student, but as a person. My mom is the most generous person I know. Thank you for sacrificing so much for me to succeed. Thank you to my dad for always going above and beyond and maybe taking it just a little too far and being such a great source of entertainment and endless love. And thank you to my little sister Morgan for always listening to me and being my closest friend. I hope we can always lean on and support each other. I know I don't thank you all as much as I should, but I hope you know that I will always love you with all of my heart. Finally, my fellow graduates, as we continue our journey on past high school, let us remember the trials and tribulations that have brought us to this moment. We all deserve a modicum of congratulations and happiness for what we have accomplished in these 4 years. And I implore you to enjoy this experience and be proud of the heart and determination it has taken us to reach this moment. In the wise words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Thank you.
Thank you, Allie. At this time, I'd like to introduce Anderson County High School's class of 2021 valedictorian, Mr. Gabriel Watson. Gabriel plans on attending the University of Tennessee with a major in nuclear engineering. Gabriel, please come to the stage.
Good evening, Maverick Land. I am proud to address a herd as passionate and accomplished as this one. And that is what we are, a herd. A herd is a body that rallies around its members. It moves together, and it shows a unity that is unmatched in the natural world. And I must say, it is a great honor to be a part of this herd. This herd has many Mavericks and has created even more memories. One Maverick who brought me into this herd was Hunter Procise. Only in a place with as much camaraderie as this would the nerdy freshman ever become lifelong friends with a machinist so skillful that he could shave the letters off of an Oreo with his lathe. And as I was brought more and more into the fold, he and I made memories that neither of us would ever forget. It was senior night, and this craftsman and tubist was going to let the night pass without playing our sacred tuba crowd-involving exhibition of glory, Hey Baby. After 2 years of being incorporated into the herd by Hunter, I learned what it meant to truly be a part of the herd. It is not merely about joining, it is about contributing and supporting your fellow Mavericks. I encouraged him to play, and it made his senior year. It was that night that I truly became a Maverick. It was not just Hunter that brought me into the fold, it was also the extraordinary teachers and administrators who taught me what it meant to be a Maverick. Gary Terry's spirit, Mr. Downs' leadership, Mr. Freeman's ruggedness, Miss Irwin's tenacity, and Mr. Chambers' character have molded me into the person I am today. All of Maverick Land's teachers have contributed to the success of myself and my classmates, shaping us into well-rounded students who will go on to do great things. While I do not have time to thank all of them, I must at least mention a few. Miss Williams, Dr. Gentry, and Miss Grant, you have instilled in me a love of learning that will go far beyond today, and for that, I thank you. Mr. Bolton, I would have honored you by reading some of Robert Frost's poem, The Road Less Traveled, but you advised me not to, and following your advice has taken me to great places throughout high school. And I don't plan on stopping now, so no poetry will be read tonight. I would also like to thank Miss Douglas for both teaching me how to lead and allowing me to lead some of her Mavericks in the Technology Student Association. I will always cherish the memories that we have had together. I would also like to thank Mr. Cotton and Mr. Harrington. I know both of you have probably still been arguing about who is my favorite, and so the time has come. Without further ado, Ben, can I get an excellent drum roll from the Anderson County Band? I would like to congratulate Mr. Chad Fyock. We are cut from the same cloth, and I will always cherish the memories and puns that we share. I would also like to thank Mr. Lemoyer and Mr. Vitito, not only for bringing the best band in the land to graduation, but also for allowing me to have that drum roll and for all the memories of football games and early morning pep rallies that we share. I will cherish them forever, and you have made my high school experience a great one. And I would also like to thank my lifelong teachers who've guided me every step of the way and made me into the person I am today. Thank you, Mom and Dad and Dale. On behalf of this herd, I would like to say thank you to our SROs who are keeping us safe tonight. I especially want to thank Officer Bannock. I venture that not many valedictorians have approached the line of expulsion, but when I came to Officer Bannock panicked because a firearm had hitchhiked its way into my vehicle and brought itself to school, you handled the situation with unparalleled dedication and discernment. Thank you to all SROs for keeping this herd safe. While the SROs have done an excellent job at keeping Maverick Land safe, I must give one more credit, however, to our one true protector. Almighty God has watched over this class through fire, flood, and various strange creatures wandering around the campus, like Rocky the raccoon, the cow that gallivanted across campus during lunch, and the black bear in the courtyard. The Lord has helped us all, kept us safe, and blessed us with the privilege of joining this herd. This herd is, however, more than the sum of its leaders. It contains you. Because no matter how great the teachers are, passionate the administrators are, shiny the desks or Chromebooks, or Mr. Freeman's head is, how many AP programs or certifications we offer, or championships we win, it would be nothing without the indomitable and unified spirit of us Mavericks. A student body that wants to succeed, to help, and to grow. A herd. So, this brings us to the time where your efforts are recognized and you claim your prize. It is now that the time of the Mavericks has begun. Thank you, and go Mavs!
Great job, Gabriel. That was awesome. Our commencement speaker tonight is an Anderson County High School graduate of the class of 2000. He went on to earn his bachelor's degree from the University of Tennessee in enterprise management. He was a leader of a Fortune 500 company for 17 years. While he was a Maverick, he led the Anderson County High School boys basketball team to their first district championship in over 17 years. His basketball coaches, Coach Eldred and Coach Wallace, describe him as one of the toughest players they have ever coached. He used this toughness and his strong work ethic to give back to his hometown, and in 2019 opened Clinch Valley CrossFit, where he is the owner and operator. His new business has brought health, a sense of community, and an energy to Anderson County. Many of our community members and Anderson County High School students have been instructed and encouraged by him through this endeavor. Now, everyone needs to understand and should know that I did have to make a deal to get him here tonight. I attended my first CrossFit class yesterday morning, and just to be honest, I was worried about being up here all night handing out diplomas from the soreness, but we're here, so it was a good deal made. He is married to Lisa Smith and the proud father to Harrison and Ellie Claire. It is my pleasure to announce this year's commencement speaker from the class of 2000, Mr. David Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Downs, Dr. Parrott, teachers, staff, and most importantly, the class of 2021. It's truly an honor to be here. And before I start, I've got a note here that I'm required to say that the best part or title that was mentioned just then was definitely being Lisa Smith's husband. And that's part of the clause here. So that's out there. You got it, honey. Secondly, I just went to another graduation last night. It was my son Harrison's pre-K graduation. He's 5 years old. And afterwards, we asked him, what would you tell the class of 2021 of these high school graduates? He said, Dad, that's really easy. Tell them happy birthday. So happy birthday, class of 2021. Yeah. Some of you may hear this message today and think about your future as a student, as an employee. Some may be pondering about your relationships with family, friends, teachers, and staff over the last 4 years, but I want to challenge you. Don't limit those thoughts to just a single area, but expand it across how you live your life today and going forward. I'm only going to share 3 simple lessons that I've learned over the years that I definitely would have wanted to know graduating my senior year. Lesson 1. I was 5 years old in kindergarten on the playground, and my best friend, Derek Talbert, his code name was Dynamite DT. While you're thinking about your old code names, I'll continue on. He challenged me to a duel, which in kindergarten I assumed was some pushing and shoving and maybe trying some cool karate moves that we had cleverly invented just the day before at recess. I went into this fight with all the confidence that a boy could have. And although I'd never been in a duel per se, there was no way that I was going to fall to the embarrassment that was certainly closing in on me. And as our mutual friend Jerry brought us together, he waved his hand just between us in the loudest screeching voice you could imagine. He yelled, "Fight." And it was on. I quickly took 8 to 10 steps straight back, then turned around, and with a sprint, and as I neared Big DT, I jumped in the air with what I trademarked that day as the flying roundhouse triple sow cow judo flute kick. Thrust my leg towards DT, and immediately I felt the impact of what felt like a cinder block smash directly into the center of my nose. I fell to the ground immediately. Yep, it was DT's fist. And while Derek and we remained friends for a long time. We got a lot of trouble from that, mostly from our moms that picked us up that day. I'll never forget that first lesson. Famously known Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, he once wrote, "With simplicity, with humility, with indifference to everything but right and wrong, care for other human beings." Humility is not thinking of yourself less, or even thinking less of yourself, but about thinking more of others. Lesson number 1, stay humble. Lesson 2, I was in my sophomore year right here at AC, and we had 2 brand new coaches, Coach Eldridge and Coach Derek Wallace, who's still here today. I'd made the team the prior year, and with no problems or concerns about the upcoming season, but just a day or two later, those names were posted on the wall, and what do you know? Mine wasn't on there. I didn't make the team, and it absolutely devastated me, and up to that point, basketball, my sport, it was fun, but I didn't realize just how much I loved it or why. Devastated and with the increasing pressure of disappointment in my gut, I decided to ask for a meeting with my coaches, and I begged them to let me stay, whatever it took. Just let me work my way back in. I'll help with practice, I'll clean up, whatever it takes. To my surprise, they agreed to let me stay on the bench that year, but on the JV, while the rest of my buddies went on to first and second team with the varsity. One thing about basketball that I loved then and I love now is that you don't have to be extremely skilled to play good defense. You just have to work really hard. So I dedicated myself to becoming the best defensive player with every opportunity. On the floor, for every loose ball, I took every opportunity to draw a charge, and I did it with as much energy and enthusiasm as I possibly could muster, while coming in at 6 a.m. every day to put in extra work by myself. I was not the best player on the team, never was, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be part of the team and help them achieve their goals. You need great coaches in life, not only for giving you opportunities, but sometimes creating obstacles they know you need to overcome. It's a lesson I still keep very close to me every day. And Coach Derek Wallace was one of those coaches, and he's here today. And Coach, wherever you're at, I can't see you yet, but I just want to say thank you for that opportunity. It changed my life forever. We took our first district championship that season and went well into the regional tournament, and alongside some amazing guys, some of my best friends, was also selected co-captain this year. Marcus Aurelius also wrote in his daily journal. It was something that he would do every single day just to get his thoughts on paper. He wrote to himself, "So you were born to feel nice. Instead of doing the things and experiencing them, don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, spiders, and bees going about their individual task, putting in the work in order the best they can? And when they're really driven by what they do, they'd rather stop eating and sleeping than give up practicing their arts." Lesson number 2 for me, stay hungry. That is, have ridiculous work ethic, take absolute ownership of every situation that you're in, and have fanatical attention to detail. Stay hungry. This final lesson, we flash forward, we'll just say several years. I thought through a lot of prayer and consideration, we did decide to open our very first business. And I felt confident. 17 years with this amazing Fortune 500 company had surely prepared me for everything that the world could throw at us. But little did we know that just over the first 18 months, we would experience a flood, countless facility obstacles, and then COVID-19 happened where every fitness facility across the United States was shut down. We had also hired a head coach and now my best friend, Clay Ray, who we love and adore. But 3 months prior, he had already moved his family from Knoxville and also, just like us, depended on this for his livelihood. We immediately game planned about having online classes, how many, what times, and what we would logistically do to make it happen. But in the end, our team pulled it off, and some days we had 3/4 of our members showing up for Zoom workout classes. We had groups of people joining in from their garages, living rooms, front porch, no complaints, no excuses, no music, no hype. They just showed up every single day. The members of Clinch Valley CrossFit family and our team showed that over the next 6 weeks, we truly have control over our own happiness, that we can take any obstacle and turn that into an opportunity to grow relationships closer with our family and our friends, to think creatively, to find new angles when things get challenging. If and only if we remove complaining and excuses from our mindset and replace that with a positive growth mindset. We were undefeated from that point. With every obstacle, we did one of two things. We either won or we got better. Famous author Ryan Holiday gives us this. He says, there is no good, no bad without us. There's only perception. There's the event itself and the story which we decide to tell ourselves about what it means. Just because your mind tells you something is awful, evil, unplanned, or otherwise negative doesn't mean that you have to agree with it. Just because other people say that something is hopeless or crazy or broken doesn't mean that it is. We decide what story to tell ourselves. You control your own happiness. In 2020, it was our biggest season of adversity to date. Our Clinch Valley team and family were so honored to be awarded that year the #1 small business in all of Anderson County. Although that was amazing, that's not what we were after. We just wanted our family and our friends to have a place that they could come to find happiness. Always, always stay happy. This was not meant to be a list of things that I or we had to overcome over time or just obstacles. You will always be challenged. My wish is that we learn how to embrace adversity, because that and only that is where the growth happens. In closing, again, I'd like to thank all of our teachers, staff, leadership team for the countless hours that you spent to make this last 4 years such a success for all these graduates. And most importantly, thank you, class of 2021. You're just minutes away from graduating, starting the next part of your journey while accessing another chance to change the world. Adversity will be plenty, but you are the class of 2021, the class that is set to change the lives of tens of thousands of people over your lifetimes. Stay humble, not thinking less of yourself, but caring for more for others. Make no question that you can always find purpose in helping others. Find the thing that you love that does good for others and do it with all of your heart. Stay hungry. You can do a lot with ridiculous work ethic. Whether it's making the team, starting a business, running for office, or going for your dream job, always be the person who steps up to do the right thing every opportunity that you get. And lastly, stay happy. Live a life void of excuses, complaining. No matter the obstacle, you control the how, the why, when, and where you find happiness. If you do these things, you will make a difference in many people's lives, maybe thousands, and again, maybe tens of thousands. Stay humble, stay hungry, stay happy. Thank you very much. Go Mavs. Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. That was great. All right. Will the first row please rise?
Gabriel Walker Watson. Alexandria Sky Perry. Elijah Matthew Arender. Bryson James Adams. Austin Lee Adkins. Aaliyah Michelle Allen. Wade Franklin Allen Jr. Bailey Kiana Alley. Samantha Hayden Allred. Caleb Seth Anderson. Haley Jean Anderson. Micah Cheyenne Anderson. Dalton Reese Andrews. Robert Edward Angel II. Matthew Cole Baker. Jalen Bryce Disney. Lauren Elizabeth Bass. Devin Michael Bates. Megan Renee Beard. Brandon Cortez Bennett. Kathleen Danielle Bennett. Tyler Seth Berlin. Daniel Thomas Bethel. Ava Joelle Bond. Callie Grace Bowling. Abby Leanne Braden. Bryson Blake Braden. Madison Octavia Braden. Lacey Jean Branham. Braxton Bridges. Kiana Lise Evelyn Marie Bristol. Jacob Paul Brock. Spencer Bailey Brockwell. Ariana Kelly Buckner. Chloe Leanne Bunch. Emily Cheyenne Burris. Abigail Madison Buswell. Rebecca Marie Burge. Jacob Edward Carroll. Caroline Emma Lee Casey. Tom Matthew Carroll. Isaiah Joseph Chambly. Madison Grace Chamberlain. Caleb David Clark. Haley Marie Clark. Chandler Drew Cooper. Sebastian Alexander Cornelius. Haley Nicole Crumpley. Destiny Leanne Kernut. James Christopher Daugherty. Larry Nicholas Daugherty. George Bryce Degenhart. Abigail Rianne Dople. Zane Alexander Dumas. Caitlin Jade Duran. Leah Elizabeth Elkins. Caitlin Grace Elliott. Lacey Cheyenne Elliott. Ryan Nathaniel Elliott. Madison Lee Ellis. Shelby, Lane, Elrod, Dalton, Ray, Ewing, Zachary, Jeremiah, Furman, Alina, Imogene, Fitton, Caitlin, Gail, Flatford, Leah, Nicole, Flood, Ryland, Garrett, Lane, Ford, Hannah, Riel, Freeman, Wesley, Gabriel, Garin, Kelsey, Grace, George, Michael, Stephen, Giles, Joshua, Godwin, Miller, Tanner, Chase, Goins, Joshua, Lee, Golden, Taylor, Grace, Goodman, Dallas, Pete, Graham, Toby, Austin, Graham, Hunter, Richmond, Gray, Isaiah, Lewis, Green, Nathan, Riley, Gregory, Thelma, Yakisha, Godino, Carrillo, Madison, Page, Hare, Zachary, Thomas, Harmon, Justin, Wesley, Harness, Nicholas, Dale, Harshbarger, Donovan, Elijah, Hatmaker, Mason, Lee, Hatmaker, Seth, Andrew, Hatmaker, Stone, Douglas, Hatmaker, Judah, Joseph, Lee, Hayes, Olivia, Faith, Hayes, Tamara, Ann, Heath, Emily, Jordan, Hembry, Brooklyn, Nicole, Harrell, Ian, Benjamin, Hoyer, Hannah, Renee, Hicks, Hunter, Christopher, Hogue, Jesse, Sue, Holland, Allison, Maria, Holstein, Madison, Elena, Holstein, Patrick, Lonzoli, House, Lakely, Mahala, Howard, Brody, Everett, Howell, Jackson, Walker, Hayden, McKinley, Grace, Irwin, Grace, Lynn, Nicole, Isbell, Ray, Allen, Janshesky, Caden, David, Jenkins, Leighton, Carter, Jet, Caden, Pierce, John, Christopher, Quentin, Johnson, Eric, Scott, Johnson, Jordan, Alex, Johnson, Micaiah, Shacole, Johnson, Taylor, Aaliyah, Jones, Brody, Wade, Keith, Joshua, Shane, Kennedy, Myra, Leanne, Kesterson, Daisy Elizabeth Catherine King. Journey Noel King. Courtney Nicole Laframboise. Haley Nicole Lamson. Chloe Marie Lane. Christina Alexandra Lane. Jacob Cole Lawson. Matthew James Ledbetter. Russell Scott Lindsay. Whitley Kalen Littleton. Jordan Thomas Lively. Cameron James Lloyd. Benjamin Henry Lockett. Andrew Ethan Long. Madison Elise Loving. Madison Grace Mabe. Kelsey Elizabeth Marlowe. Preston David Martin. Dylan Blake Mason. Mackenzie Marie Massengill. Allie Kathleen Mays. Madeline Elizabeth Mays. Ian Jacob McCullum. Dalton Lee McDonald. Sasha Nicole McGrew. Morgan Elizabeth McMurray. Brandon Gage Meadows. Johnson Parker Meldrum. Jaden Angelo Menengello. Austin Glenn Blake Milan. Mackenzie Marie Miller. Russell Tommy Miller. Faith Kennedy Minerick. William Connor Miracle. Tyler Dell Monroe. Colin Jacob Moody. Emily Chloe Moore. Reed Adams Morgan. Madison Marie Morris. Brennan Carl Moss. Myra Lee Mustard. Courtney Samantha Neer. Jeremiah Gray Noonan. Megan Emily Norman. Max Elliott Oglesby. Natalie Jane Oglesby. Megan Rose Oley. Bodhisattva Rowan Ondrak. Luke Edwin Overton. Aaron Griffin Palmer. Allison Lee Parker. Noah Scott Parks. Shruti Piyushbai Patel. Amberly Hope Patton. Kaylee Dawn Payne. Colby Neil Payne. Daria Danae Phillips. Nathaniel Walter Pollock. Whitney Elizabeth Poor. Casey Lee Prophet. Haley Brooke Prophet. Kaylee Ann Queener. Jonathan Michael Rainey. Kobe Price Redding. Jade Marie Richards. Jessica Elaine Richardson. Hannah Lee Ridner. Emily Paige Riggs. Lauren Brooke Risden. Haley Dawn Rivers. Peter John Roberts. Madison Corey Rowland. Jasmine Maya Scanlon. Tanner Joseph Scruggs. Alex Lawrence Sieber. Jacob Isaiah Sieber. Amber Rain Sexton. Ellie Gray Shaw. Cameron Stanford Shears. Madison Loretta Chefs. Paul Owen Shelton. Rebecca Lynn Monet Sheridan. Ryan Foster Shipley. Skylar Brooke Shores. Cariana Hope Silcox Bailey. Dylan Jake Simpson. Gracie Christine Smitty. Jenna Nicole Smith. Sydney Ann Smith. Walker Reggie St. Peter. Jatrevor Neil Stagnolia. Corey Treese Strike. Alyssa Blair Stringfield. Kylie Marie Summers. Michael Lee Taylor. Victoria Danielle Thigpen. Cameron James Thomas. Logan Wayne Thompson. Wesley Isaiah Tilley. Devin David Tyndall. Sydney Nicole Toller. Elijah Andrew Tracy. James Carson Vandergriff. Thomas Logan Turner. Stephen William Van Etten. Camley Fee Vaughn. Helen Elizabeth Wagner. Nicholas Carter Ward. Brandon Michael Webb. Jasmine Elena Welch. Nathan Riley Weldon. John David Tanner Wells. Tori Leanne Weatherington. William Tyler White. Bailey Grace Wilder. Haley Nicole Williford. Kaylee Marie Williams. Aaliyah K. Wilson. Autumn Lee Wilson. Mackenzie Ann Wilson. Angel Marcella Wright. Christian Lee Wright. Levi Connor Zemke. Jonathan Blake Collingsworth. Timothy Seth Mays. Devin Quinn No. Alexandra Jennifer Talent. Damian Dale Osborne.
I messed a lot up over the years too.
This one?
That's all copy right there. Yeah, but this guy's not on there. Here.
Please stand as the Anderson County High School Band, under the direction of Dr. John Lamoyer, plays our alma mater. Having met all the requirements set forth by the state of Tennessee and the Anderson County School Board in the year of 2021, by the authority bestowed thereof, I declare the class of 2021 as official graduates of Anderson County High School. Please move your tassel to the left side.
Gary, get behind me and do a picture. Get behind me and do a picture. He's got it. Russell's got it.
Congratulations and go Mavs! We welcome everyone to the field for pictures. If you'd like to come to the field, you can come to the field for graduation pictures. Congratulations, class of 2021.